Hi fantasy managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video we're going to go through my game week 16 team selection. We're going to talk about vice captaincy, what to do about Haaland, and also we'll have a look at what transfers to make. Remember, this is the last week before the World Cup and we will get limitless transfers until game week 17, until after Christmas. So if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure you hit the like, don't forget to subscribe, and in the meantime, let's take a look. So this is how my side lines up for game week 16. It looks in pretty good shape, to be fair. We know Mitrovic is not going to be part of the squad. Silver's come out and said that. That doesn't really affect me too much because I wasn't intending on playing him against Manchester United anyway. I've got Andreas on the bench. The rest of the side looks pretty well set up. I'm happy Gueye, if I want to play him away at Forest, doesn't look like a bad fixture. Zaha, goal and assist last game, so I'm happy to play him. Zuma finally against Leicester. Gueye and Zuma, I'm happy to play him. I'm not wildly chuffed about the fact that I've got two Newcastle defenders, Pope, goalkeeper, and Trippier, although Trippier's just been outstanding and good for attacking returns. But against Chelsea, it's defensively good Newcastle have, and perhaps not up to their best. Chelsea haven't been. Still feel that Chelsea can score at Newcastle. Fingers crossed they don't, although I do have Mount, but I will see about moving him on. Trent, who's just not delivered for me whatsoever. He has been a bad call in my side. However, at home to Southampton, happy to play him. Possibly get an attacking returns. Feels like a really good fixture. And Cancelo, the disaster of captaining last week. That behind, got lucky I felt, not with that decision of captaincy and losing minus points. The fact that he had the Carabao Cup, he didn't get suspended for this week, otherwise that would have given me an extra headache. But he will play, not going to make the same mistake. I just cannot go back there, I don't think, with captaining him again. They've got Bernardo Silva, having him in midfield. Mount, like I said, he's possibly one that I would look to move on. Him and Mitrovic, definitely players that I'm going to consider. Haaland, he was on the bench midweek, didn't play. Getting a press conference, Pep not giving us a great deal of information, just telling us that he's going to see how he's feeling after training. He's feeling better. Didn't really give us, yes, he will start. But I don't think we'd ever expect that from Pep. We'll have to wait until late team news, try and get it. They are the early kickoff, so hopefully we'll get the news. But as we know, the last 2 weeks when Man City have been the first game, the site crashes as soon as we get that leaked team news, which seems quite reliable. And you just can't make your transfers anyway. You nearly got caught out last 2 weeks. Didn't get caught out this week, luckily. So I will be on the app. Seems to work on the app more than it does on the website. So, again, I'm going to leave Haaland in. I think even if he's not starting, I think I'm going to leave him in. I've got 0.3 invested in him. I think I'd rather keep that than risk going to Kane, who'd be the other choice. Nunez I could do anyway in Darwin. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep him as it is. He's going to play. And I think Vice, it's quite a good chance. If he doesn't start and they're beating Brentford comfortably, I think he'll just stay on the bench. That means the Vice comes on. And I have not got a plethora of options. I'm thinking possibly Trent would come on. But who else could I use as a 1 week punt? I mean, looking at these fixtures, Spurs have a decent fixture. We know that. Arsenal away at Wolves doesn't look like a bad one. And Liverpool at home to Southampton. Even with a new manager, I think that doesn't put me off at all. Liverpool definitely could have a field day there. So it came down to, and I looked at the watch list, players that I could be interested in. I've got Foden, possibly. I'm looking at Darwin, and I'm also looking at Trossard. All three of those interest me. The only problem I've got with Foden, definitely a better option than Silva, but how much of a better option is it? Is he worth me taking? I can't bring him in unless I take Silva out. I'm just not convinced he will be a much better option. And then there's a whole debate about will I get team news and even be able to make that transfer? Shouldn't be a consideration, but I think I've got to factor that in. Darwin looks quite good as well. And this is going to come down to personal preference. As a Southampton fan, can I back Darwin? Can I be sat here wanting Darwin to score against Southampton? I'm just not sure I can do it. And I think he's a decent option. I think he's, with my brain, my head, I think he is a good option. With my heart, I just don't want to sit there. And this is meant to be for fun, hoping Darwin scores. On the other side of the coin, maybe it'll cushion the blow of losing 6-7-0 if Darwin gets 3 or 4. I don't know. I feel that it's a good option. I should perhaps really consider it. But as a Southampton fan, I don't want to sit there considering Liverpool scoring goals and hoping that he does. Trossard, again, he's just been absolutely brilliant. So he's an option as well to take Mount out, bring Trossard in. The other one that I think I am going to go for is Jesus to Mitrovic comes out, Jesus comes in and takes Mount place. The other thing, Mitrovic's price is going to go down because he's injured. He's still going to the World Cup. But Jesus comes in, protects that little bit of price, and I think he's a really good option away at Wolves. And I could captain him or vice captain him. That's an option. Away at Wolves, though, not on pens, I don't really like it. But the way this would work then is I would have Mitrovic would come out, Jesus would come in, and then he would come into my side instead of Mount go on the bench. And I think I'd even have Andreas as the first bench. Trent would be my vice, and I'll be praying that Haaland starts. It still gives me 0.4 million in the bank, and that would be my side before we break up to the World Cup. And remember, as soon as the deadline goes for Game Week 16, I'm going to rehash this side, and I'm going to be putting it together with a limitless amount of transfers between now and Boxing Day when the Premiership starts up again. I'm going to be putting my side in together as soon as I possibly can. Just in case prices rise, prices go down, I'm protecting myself. I can afford the players I want to bring in. So I'll bring a video about which team I'm going to bring out. Probably come out Sunday morning. So keep an eye on that. Hit that bell to make sure you get that. But otherwise, I don't like my voice captaincy options at all. I could go Zaha. I could go Saka. You know, I could go Trent. I just feel like it's definitely a clean sheet. It's so dangerous. And I have been burnt in the past, especially last week. Cancelo going with a defender. It just takes one goal and all of a sudden he's knocked out. But I do think Liverpool got a good chance of keeping a clean sheet. And also Trent possibly getting an attacking return before he goes to the World Cup. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Who are you captaining and who are you going to bring in for Game Week 16? Are you considering hits as well? Let me know. In the meantime, we'll come back at you after the weekend with a review, and then also we'll be looking at a World Cup draft team next week. So make sure you hit the subscribe button for that. In the meantime, take care, good luck, and I shall see you on the other side.